This is the agenda of the regular board meeting, President Board of Trustees, Village of Burnha, Cook County, Illinois, today is February 28, 2025. We ask the clerk to call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Here.
Trustee Hodges?
Here.
Trustee Garcia? Here. Trustee Greer?
Here.
Trustee Richardson?
Here.
Trustee Claybrook?
Here.
We have a quorum present, could we stand for the pledge of allegiance? Could you lead us, Trustee Cap?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So do we have any approval of corrections of the minutes of the board meeting that was held on February 11, 2025? Any corrections to the minutes? If there are no corrections to the minutes, I will ask for a motion to approve the minutes for February 11, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
We have a motion approved by Trustee Cap to approve the minutes. Could we have a second?
I second it.
A second by Trustee Hodges. Will clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer? Trustee Richardson?
Abstain.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
The motion passed, thank you. So before we open the meeting to the public, if anyone has anything to say to the board, you will stand up and give us your name and your reason for addressing the board and make your comment to the board. Then we'll hear that. So at this time, I will ask for a motion to open the meeting to the public.
Make a motion to open the meeting to the public.
We have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Richardson. The motion made by Trustee Claybrook. Will clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll start on this side, on the right side. Are there any public comments? Is there any public comment? Okay, we'll start on the left side. Is there any public comment?
Yes. Maria Rosales, can anyone on the board list 5 things accomplished in the last 2 weeks? It will be appreciated. Thank you.
You gotta give us a name.
What did she say?
Say it again.
If anyone on the board can list 5 things, like 5 accomplishments, I guess like anything you did, 5 things accomplished in the last 2 weeks.
That sounds like a Donald Trump question.
She's asking too much of us.
Didn't get an email on that, so we can answer it.
I don't think we grade ourselves according like that. We just take care of the people's business that they need. We take care of the issues of the community that we always do, because it's a week, a month, so. And so we take care of what we need to take care of, so. I mean, other.
Yes, I'm John Haidu. Mr. Polk, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm the only person distributing information about you doing your job in Burnham. So your flyer is about me. Mr. Polk, I saw your flyer. You said that I'm spreading misinformation in an attempt to slander your character. You said I'm telling people all sorts of political propaganda. Well, Burnham residents out there, 2 weeks ago I sent Mr. Polk an email asking him for his top 2 things. I didn't want the whole long list, but give him the top 2 things on his list that weren't true about my newsletters. I'd like to apologize for whatever I said wrong. I have yet to hear back from Mr. Polk. About the political propaganda you mentioned, all I've asked for is an updated audit and for you to talk to us. That pretty much summarizes it. I've gotten neither. About the slander part, the only slander was when you, Mr. Polk, tried to make fun of me and announce how much I paid for in taxes. Thing is, you were wrong about that too, weren't you? Now, on your flyer, you also asked what kind of economic development I brought in the community. How much revenue I contributed to Burnham, and what qualifies me to accomplish, since I have accomplished nothing. Well, Mr. Polk, I understand you were trustee before you became mayor, and I was wondering how much did you contribute to the economic development of Burnham before you became trustee? My guess is nothing. How much revenue did you contribute before you became trustee? My guess is, again, nothing. As far as what qualifies me to lead Burnham, I understand you worked at the steel mill for 30 some odd years before that. I don't know if that qualifies, but I've been a handyman in Burnham for 25 years. Outside of that, I guess you're right. I've done nothing. Mr. Polk, you started in 2005 with a $1.2 million surplus. You brought us down to a $6 million deficit as of 2001, okay? We haven't had an audit since 2001. It's funny how there's nothing on your flyer about that. That's fact, that's from your audits, Mr. Polk. Now, as far as economic development or revenue for Burnham, John Cap, last meeting, you mentioned that I mentioned that our alleys need to be paved. You mentioned Cal City did something in their alleys and it was quite expensive. You and Polk kill me. I got it right here, a 28-page brochure from the mayor of Cal City in 2021. She documented most everything gets done using grants because they have no money. I've been asking you guys for 6-7 years now why you don't get everything from grants. And you guys just ignore me. I don't know what we gotta do. That's all I got.
Thank you.
If you can answer some of them, Mr. Polk.
Are there any other public comment? Are there any other public comments? Is there any other public comment? Do you have a public comment?
Oh, public comment,
That's why he brought you here.
as far as, why I came to the meeting? A public comment for what?
No, I mean, if there's something that you would like to address to the board.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
Didn't ask anybody else.
I'm sorry, for the record, can I have your name, please?
yeah, my name is Paris White.
Thank you.
And I live on 143rd in Bensley. Having issues with my neighbors, with their dogs. They have 6 dogs, 6 pit bulls. That, they seem obviously not to be able to get rid of. They let the dogs in the section in between me and them, which I believe they don't own. And they don't have up the proper fencing or anything like that. So I'm trying to see, as you can see, I have 2 kids. So, I'm trying to see what can be done about that.
Well, I think the first thing that we probably would need to do was to, contact the owner of the property. And to the best of my recollection, when it was checked on some years ago, it was owned by a bank. I don't remember what the bank it was now, because it's been quite a while since it was checked on. So we'll take another look at that. And we are aware of the situation. I did speak to the police chief about that a couple of days ago.
Do they run around without a leash, like through the neighborhood?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they got to move.
Oh, we saw a couple today by us running around without a leash by the Burnham Park, which
I mean, any other public comment?
should be on a leash.
Okay, I'll ask for a motion to close the meeting.
I don't know if this is the right time to address it, but I've had several complaints from residents saying that they're getting robocalls.
We're gonna close it first.
Oh,
So, I'll ask for a motion to close the meeting to the public.
Make a motion to close the meeting to the public.
So that's a motion on the floor by trustee Claybrook to close the meeting to the public. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second by trustee Richards. Will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. And as far as me, responding to somebody's statement or something, every statement that goes out, a political statement, is bashing me. I have never mentioned anybody's name in anything that I put out. Now, if they were guilty, then they associate themselves with the statement that I did put out. I have not mentioned anybody's name at any time with anything I put out.
That you haven't.
I have not.
That you haven't.
So therefore, I don't know exactly what you're making reference to, but I mean, but if it's the truth, then I guess it strikes a nerve. And if the person said they're a handyman in what town with no license? You have no license.
I don't work in Burnham.
And which would be a liability.
I don't work in Burnham.
I mean, you've tried.
I tried what?
I mean, you've tried.
I've tried what?
So with that being said, so we will go on.
You trying to slander me again?
So at this time, we would, we have a report from the clerk. We'll take the comment from the clerk.
Good evening, everyone. So, about the real IDs, it's a federal government requirement. Only, if you're going to fly domestically or visit a federal facility after May 7th. But if you have a passport, you can show your driver's license or state ID that is current with a passport. But right now, the state of Illinois is taking appointments on a Saturday. If you go to the website, www.ilsos.gov, and you can make an appointment so you can sign up if you'd like to get a real ID before May 7th or after. Some of the documents that you would need would be a printed electronic document would be like a bank statement, obviously your state ID or driver's license, and your passport. Next, Cook County Clerk's Office. If you're interested in becoming an election judge for the April 1st general election, you can sign up at cookcountyclerk.com/work to sign up. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Trustee Lewis. Clerk Lewis, excuse me. Public education, health and welfare, Trustee Greer.
Yes, hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action to approve or not approve the including of Police Chief Lomager, Deputy Fire Chief McPherson, and Mike Bond to the Village of Burnha ETSB.
Now, who's up for the board and for the general public? I'm sorry, would you give a preview exactly what that means?
I haven't talked to Larry, but I'm in Emergency Transportation Safety Board.
Yeah.
That's what I'm believing that is. And
Also for the equipment and stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's the emergency telephone system.
Oh, is it a telephone?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, then, so that would be the 911 calls and all that stuff. Actually, that is the 911 because we have the 911 board that we work with over. Oh, that's correct. That is correct.
And they're already on the board, so this is just like a renewal, a reinstatement.
So Mr. Bond is being added as a new,
He was, all three of them are already on there, so it's just reiterating that they're on the board.
okay.
And then they also supply some funds for like radios and whatnot and stuff like that.
Okay, so did you make the motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the including of Police Chief Lomager, Deputy Fire Chief McPherson, Mike Bond to the Village of Burnha ETSB Board.
So Trustee Greer has made a motion to approve the ESP board. Could we have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Trustee Claybrook, with a clerk call roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
All right, motion passed. Proceed, Trustee Greer.
We've been hearing about the bird flu outbreak. However, public health risk here is very low. There have been several cases in the United States among the dairy poultry workers, but not here in Illinois. So, and bird flu cannot pass through eggshells. So a lot of people ask. And see, Pasteurized eggs are likely to be infected with the bird flu virus because pasteurization kills the virus. So if you're really concerned about the bird flu, it's best at this time to get your pasteurized eggs. Question is, people ask, should we stop eating chicken because of the bird flu? The answer is no, as long as you handle your chicken carefully and cook it safely. There are like two types of bacteria that come from the bird flu. The salmonella, that's a bacteria that causes illness, and it's mostly found in unpasteurized milk, and it lives in animals, and it lives in human intestines. And the salmonella can be found both inside and outside of the egg. But if you, as I said before, pasteurized eggs at this time are the most best to get at this particular time. I've had several calls in the past few weeks. Some people that are complaining and have concerns about their dog. Some people are permitting their dogs, when walking, to poop all on their lawn and not picking up the waste. Number two, someone is letting their dog out of their home unleashed alone. The dog is roaming in the area of 133rd in Calhoun. Yeah, 143rd in Calhoun. The dog has been sighted 2 different times. It is totally dangerous and unacceptable. No one knows what a dog is capable of, and dogs can be very unpredictable. According to ordinance number 82-0-002, section 14-43, section 14-44, section 14-45, any dog or cat found running at large in the village shall be doomed and considered to be a public nuisance. 14-44, it shall be unlawful for a dog or a cat, except when on a lease, controlled by the owner, to use or be upon any public alley, street, sidewalk, parkway within the village. Section 14-45, no person shall, without the consent of the owner, permit any dog or cat in its custody to enter upon the premises of another within the village. So we're asking everyone, if any of these pertain to you, please follow the rules and orders of our village. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Griff. The fire chief was here, and some other members from the fire department, and erroneous allegation was made a couple of meetings ago that the different cars were being taken home by so many people in the department. So could you clarify that for the board and the public?
Okay, the vehicles that we have, I myself has one and the deputy chief has one. Then there's a third vehicle. Within the parameters of my budget and whatnot, I talked to the mayor and the village board. We use it for manpower. The vehicle's still sitting there. Actually, it broke down now. We're trying to work on it and that, but it's mostly for manpower. And then when we write grants in that, since it's an older vehicle, it helps with the grant to try and get another vehicle. So that's why we have the third vehicle, but mostly for manpower, because some of the younger guys cannot drive the fire apparatus yet, but they can drive that. Okay? And that's why we have the 3 vehicles. And it's for the safety for the village, because it gives me, myself, my deputy chief, lieutenants, captains, it gets a higher officer on the scene to mitigate the scene, a more experienced person on the scene to mitigate the scene, and that's what they're for.
So in other words, if the employee were not taking the cars home, and you get a 911 call, then you gotta drive your car to the station, you gotta get the car and then go to the call. And that will slow the response time down.
It's for safety, to get a higher qualified person on the scene to mitigate the scene. That's what it's for.
Hey, I have a comment about the dogs. My wife's been complaining lately by us. She picked up after someone else's dog like more than 40 times yesterday. Like filled up a whole paper grocery bag. But we don't know whose dog it is because we haven't seen it. It might have happened when we were gone, but somebody's letting their dog by my house run loose too. But we don't know whose dog, so we can't point fingers.
Now, as far as my knowledge, you'll see someone walking the dog and they'll drop their dog. You know how dogs like to mark their territory. But, and the owners, they would sit there and let their dog. But then they start pooping on the lawn. I know I've seen that happen, and I knocked on the window, and then they take their bag out, pick it up. You know, but otherwise, if you don't acknowledge them with that dog, they'll keep on walking, and let the dog do what they want to do, and it's not fair. It's not right, it's not fair, and it's breaking the ordinance of our town.
But it wasn't my front yard and also my side yard too, all the way to Rosie and George's house, so.
If you see it, take some pictures if you can.
We haven't yet.
Okay,
We put the
take
deer there,
pictures.
but not the dogs.
Take pictures.
All right, thanks. I'm sure Lonnie's glad I mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
She complained a lot.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comment.
Mr.
Public
Mayor.
Works and Building, trustee Claybrook.
Mayor, any action? Chief.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just on the fire side, we had a couple milestones. Corey, stand up. Lieutenant Corey Daphnis made 25 years the other day. Makes my job a lot easier and stuff he does. And then Steve Hockowitz off and on with Burnham for about 20 years, say, roughly. He retired. He said he had enough and he's moving on to future endeavors.
He has to go up, well, he worked at the same steel mill where I was working at. All right, thank you. You go ahead and work.
Do I want to make a comment? We thank you for your service, for you and all that you do for the village of Burnha. Thank you.
And you do a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we look forward to working with you the next 25 years.
Believe me, she keeps doing my toes.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you again. Public Works and Building, trustee Claybrook.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Public Works was out today doing upkeep on a few alleys throughout the village. We're also doing preventive maintenance on trucks, the machinery such as the lawnmowers and weed whackers and things like that to get ready for the spring months. Also, weather permitting, next week, Public Works Department would be out cold patching for potholes caused by the wintertime salt or what have you. Also, if any residents notice a pothole that we miss, you can always call Village Hall and leave an address where the pothole is at, and we'll get to it ASAP. That's all I have.
Did you notice that Cal City did State Street today?
Yeah, they did both sides.
They did a good job. It was closed pretty much all day though, right, for them to do it, but.
You called, thanks.
No, I didn't call this time.
You've been calling.
I've been, but not, I didn't call like lately. I complained it last week, a couple weeks ago, but I didn't stay on it.
Okay, well, thank you. On the resolution plan, trustee Garcia.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Discussion of consideration of and taking action to approve or not approve resolution number 2025-R-001, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an agreement for the design and construction engineering for lead service line replacements for IEPA fiscal year 2025 of the Village of Burnha service line replacement program between Robinson Engineering and Illinois Corporation and the Village of Burnha and Illinois Municipal Corporation in Thornton Township.
Okay, are there any questions from the board about this resolution? Okay, see, we in closed session now, so we have to talk to when the meeting is over. Let's see.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-R-001, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an agreement for the design and construction engineering for lead service line replacements for IEPA fiscal year 2025 of the Village of Burnha lead service line replacement program between Robinson Engineering and Illinois Corporation and the Village of Burnha and Illinois Municipal Corporation in Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois.
So trustee Garcia has made a motion to approve resolution number 2025-001. So could we have a second to approve that, please?
I'll second
Get a motion made by trustee Garcia and a second by trustee Hardy. Will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
it. Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So,
Let me take that second one. Is that okay?
yeah.
Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action to approve or not approve resolution number 2025-R-003, a resolution dedicating the block of 142nd and Green Bay Avenue to honor the memory of former trustee Kim Patricia. The Village of Burnham, a municipal corporation of State of Illinois, Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois. I would like to say a couple words. Kim started as a police officer in Burnham. She might have even been a fireman in the beginning, volunteered, but she was an auxiliary policeman. She went to Markham, went to the county jail, then ended up as a county sheriff, so I'm sure she had well over 30 years as a sheriff. And she was also an elected official here for a time being, and she didn't own a business in town for a long time. She didn't run it, but she owned it. So, and the family asked me if we could do something, and I thought this was something we could do. So.
And she was a lifelong resident of.
Oh, yeah, I should have mentioned that, lifelong Burnham resident, yes. Same house, pretty much, too. So I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-R-003, a resolution dedicating the block of 142nd and Green Bay Avenue to honor the memory of former trustee Kim Patricia, the Village of Burnham, a municipal corporation, State of Illinois, Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois.
So trustee Kemp has made a motion to approve 2025 in the R-003 resolution in honor of Kim Patricia. So could we have a second, please?
Second.
A second by trustee Claybrook. Will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank
Trustee
you.
Garcia?
So the only thing I have is that I've gotten several, calls from residents, saying that they've been getting robocalls. And it's not just like, like several people say they're blocking the number, then they call from a different number, which we know how all that works. So they were asking how can they put a stop to that, because it's not just one call, it's consistent calling. So like if they call, they hang up on them, like they're not listening to the message, then they'll just keep calling. Like one person told me, like, she had like 4 calls within an hour's time frame, because she just kept hanging up.
Did the call leave any messages? Within the voice?
What they're asking, so this is some of the message, like one of them says, what they're asking is, your biggest concern in Burnham. What is your biggest concern in Burnham? And then, she'll hang up, she won't answer it, and then they call again.
Getting calls here at the office too about it, but they thought it was something that the village was sending out, so.
It's absolutely not from the Village of Burnham at all.
Okay.
And so she said that she blocked one number, and then 20 minutes later, she got a call from a different number.
Are they calling the house or cell phone?
Cell phone, no one has house numbers anymore, right? Like, the people that I've talked to, it's their cell phones that they're calling.
I got one.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm sure we know the source of it, so we hope we don't get back. Finance, trustee
I have a couple other items here. Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action to approve or not approve on authorizing the payment of this month's bills. I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment of this month's bills.
So we have a motion on the floor by trustee Capel to approve the date of this month.
Second.
Clerk, take the roll, please.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I have a couple. So as far as the audits going, the 2022 audit is moving along. I've signed the sheet, confirmation sheet that explains what was done and how it was done. But I haven't officially seen the audit yet, but that means it's really close.
We got a draft, we just don't have the final.
Oh, okay, so we do have a draft, but we don't have the final. But I signed the, whatever the final sheet. And the second item is, as far as grants, a lot of times over the years, we haven't been able to get grants because the east side of Burnham didn't qualify. we've been turned down from so many grants because the residents of the east side have too much money. So that's been a problem for a long time, right, Mayor?
Yeah. For 2024, they reversed it to our side of town.
Oh, they did?
I mean, but now it hasn't been allocated to the whole building.
So yeah, we've had a lot of trouble over the years with grants.
And is that, from the, census?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Probably tax returns they probably. Yeah, so that's been a problem for a long time. That's all I have. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, trustee Carroll. Public utilities, trustee Richardson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action to approve or not approve to install lights to an existing ComEd pole at 140th and Burnham Avenue near the alley and 14137 Calhoun in the alley because of safety concerns. So I make a motion to approve installing lights at these two locations.
And we want to make a little comment on this one first. We're really not sure that 140th and Burnham has a pole that doesn't have a light. And I've sent the police there last night as well, and I've been there last night, this morning, and again tonight. So I don't know what pole doesn't have a light, but we've looked at it a couple times now. So maybe we need to look again, or maybe a light was burnt out or something. But it seems like every pole has a light.
Okay, well, we'll pass a conditional, but
Yeah.
I think we'll resolve that tonight.
Yeah, we need to look at it, but I've looked. Every pole has a light.
So on your way home, just see if
I did
there's a
that last
light,
night,
if
too.
it's a working light.
Yeah, because that one on Burnham Avenue wasn't on when I came,
Yeah.
but that was even farther down towards the tracks.
And Mr. Ross, if you see him again, he been bruised up, and you'll know why.
Yeah, I mean, Lonnie was with me, we called the mayor last night, we couldn't find one that you could put an arm on. They even have them on both sides of the alley across from each other.
Yeah, we'll take another look at it.
Yeah,
Go
so,
ahead, trustee.
Okay, so I made a motion, I'm waiting on the second.
oh, I'll second it.
Second. Okay, with the clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes,
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Thank you, motion passed. Park and Recreation Committee, trustee.
I have one.
Oh, you got one more?
Yes. CETA will be at the community center on March 22nd from 10 to 2, offering assistance with utilities. That's gas and light, and weatherization. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Park and Recreation.
Good. What's up?
The park by,
On down 143rd and Denison.
yes. There's a line that's very low, and someone needs to take a look at it.
Okay.
Yes, the very, very low line.
What's the address? Trustee?
It's
Is that Blackburn?
Just like.
Blackburn Park?
Yes.
143rd and Bensley.
Okay.
It's by that utility gate, something used to be in there.
I'll take a read.
could I jump
Yeah,
up and
take this
touch it?
very low.
No, I can't jump up and touch it.
Can't let you touch it.
Could I jump up and touch it?
You probably could.
Oh, it's that low?
Not with your bed.
Yeah, that's
Oh, then John, you should be able to touch it.
Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. Park and Recreation, trustee Hodges.
Good evening. And so, Cameron Memorial Park District, they're starting a newsletter out. But the thing is, we're trying to get more information out about the park district. We pay our taxes with Cameron Memorial Park District, so I want people to know more what's going on there. So, I talked to them, they have a monthly newsletter that they're starting to put together. And you want to be part of that newsletter, and they also set up, if you give them your phone number, they can send you texts on the different things that they have going on at the park. Now, I have, some booklets I got some booklets here still, but they were telling me they're trying to save on paper, so they may change it and put it on their website. But the key is that you may want to sign up for the newsletter. Of course, you can call the Village Hall and I get you a hold of this stuff too. But if you want to sign up for the newsletter, just let me know. Also, you can call their phone number 708-868-2530, and they can give you an update. Not update, but you can be a part of the newsletter, and also you can be a part of giving them your phone number, and they can test you with different stuff going on at the park.
Okay, would you give the number one more time?
708-868-2530. Also speaking at the park, we do the youth open gym on Saturdays. on Saturdays from 3 to 5:30. You wanna go by there, just let me know, and I can set it up with you. And the people over there can let you use the gym with the young people that we're trying to do there. Also, I wanna thank everybody who came by for our game day. We had fun. That was really fun last week, and it was really cool. More people have been coming. You know, one of the big things I've been trying to do, we're trying to get people to the community center. So we're trying, every month we're trying to do something new. So this next month, as you guys probably seen, we're gonna do some line dancing, but I think we're gonna try to do some salsa dancing this time. And I'm excited about that. So you guys can come by on March 8th, 2025, from 3 to 7. We're gonna try the salsa dance. It's for beginners. Let's try. You understand? I got 2 left feet, but y'all can work with me, okay? So we'll do some salsa dancing, and y'all wanna have fun with me, y'all can videotape me, but we're gonna do this together as a village. We're gonna try to do some salsa dancing, and then after that, we're gonna do some more. If you have more information, if you have more ideas about the different things we can do together at the community center, just let me know. I wanna continue to do the things we've been doing. It's been working out. Also, we got the new Southland booklets that came out. We're excited about this. And so you want new Southland booklets, you want to see me, I'll put some out front. And then keep up what's going on. And I talked about last time with Wilder Fields over there, which was 177 and East-West Road, Calumet City, over there where the old Target was, back in the day over there. It's a really great STEM spot where you can take your kids out and you can do some really science, technology, information stuff over there. Also, they got a virtual reality arcade in Lansing, 2416 176th Street. It's some really cool stuff in this book, and you keep up what's going on in the South Suburbs. So if you want to know what's going on, let me know. I can let you know about that. And that's all I got tonight.
All the festivals going on in the whole summer, they're in that book too. So if you're looking for the date of some of these festivals, it's in there.
And we're going to have some festivals this summer too. Burnha too. I'm excited.
Thank you very much for that report, that information, Trustee Hodges. They have the presentation of petition, communications, memorial. What?
Oh. What morning was that? Monday morning, maybe?
You texted me a couple days ago.
So early in the morning, Mrs. Annie, we call her Annie, but it was really Ann Sabula. Her maiden name was Sabeda. She lived on 138. She passed away. The service is tomorrow from 3 to 5 at that Schmitz and Dyer. But she...
Real quick. No, I want to give a shout out to the Burnham Elementary School volleyball game. Went by there. So they make the playoff, they're in a regional, and so if you want, I think I'm gonna put it. Maybe I'll let the website know. Let you guys wanna go by and support the volleyball team. They've been working really hard with our Deputy Chief Larry, Coach Larry, and they are really good. So I wanted to give a shout out to our volleyball team.
No, you interrupted me.
No, but good. I think that's the point. I'm going back to yours.
This stuff could have waited.
No, the volleyball.
So a little history about Annie. Her sisters were Julie Sputic that lived on Green Bay, and Mrs. Lucas that lived on Burnham Avenue, that 141st block. Those were her 2 sisters.
Yeah.
Annie married her husband right before he shipped out to Korea, and her husband never came back. He was killed in Korea. So she never remarried. She retired too from Lever Brothers in Whiting, where she worked like her whole life. So that's a little bit of history I know about Annie. That's why Annie was always for Veterans Memorial, because she thought we needed one because, you know, she lost her husband who lived in Burnham, by the way.
Been only married for 3 weeks.
They married like right before he left for Korea. And he was killed at one of them battle hills, like Pork Chop Hill or Hamburger Hill or one of those ones where we lost a lot of guys. I don't remember exactly what, but I heard stories over the years from, you know, my dad. So my dad knew him as well.
And I will do 10 in the service tomorrow.
So yeah, so it's 3 to 5 tomorrow at Schmitz in Dyer. Thank you very much. Oh, let's do a moment of silence for Annie.
Yeah.
Please stop. Thank you very much. I did call her Annie. I called her Auntie Ann, but whatever. But she wasn't really my aunt. She was just like a friend of the family that we grew up with. So.
She used to whoop another child.
No, she lived by you, right, Luce, down?
Yeah,
A little bit down?
yeah.
I don't remember the address. I know the house. I don't.
It's on 130.
So do we have any unfinished business?
Can I do a clarification?
Yes.
So businesses that are originate in Burnham, even though they don't do business in Burnham, are still required to do, apply and get approved for a business license. So if you live in Burnham and you have a business, then you need to get approved for a business license from the board and apply for a business license.
Time to correct John on John.
I just wanted to clarify that.
I'm sure you did. Must be election time.
That's all I have.
I don't think it has anything to do with that.
It took you this long, Luce?
So we don't have anything unfinished business. If we have anything on the new business? We'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion on the floor by trustee Claybrook, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Richardson, will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Yes. Trustee Greer? Yes. Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed, adjourned. Thanks for coming. Mr. Wallace, you want to come in? Mr. Wallace?
Hey, John Cap, what's going on with Tally Ho now?
Well,
Yeah,
Nothing really.
you can wait, Mayor.